Hi everybody. Movie review next door here, and I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm back alright with another movie review. And this time it's the second part of my 300 subscriber special. And I'm back with a review of Hmm. movie 43. This is a comedy film starring Elizabeth Banks, Kristen Bell, Halle Berry, Leslie Bibb, Kate Bosworth, Gerard Butler, Josh Duhamel, Anna Faris, Richard Gere, Terrence Howard, Hugh Jackman, Johnny Knoxville, Justin Long, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Chloe Grace Moretz, Lev Schreiber, Sean William Scott, Emma Stone, Jason Sudeikis, Uma Thurman, Naomi Watts, and Kate Winslet, and many more. This film is from 2013, directed by Griffin Dunn, Peter Farrelly, Elizabeth Banks, James Gunn, Stephen Brill, Brett Ratner, Steve Carr, Rusty Cundiff, James Duffy, Patrick Forsberg, Jonathan Van Tulleken, and Will Graham. Yeah, this is a piece of shit movie. There is exactly one segment that I didn't mind about this in this film. That's why it's a 2 and not a 1. It is not one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it is a terrible movie, don't get me wrong. I am going to go through each and every one of the segments, things I thought, because I think for a film like this, it's got to be a different kind of review because you can't just be like, oh, the performances, because I know it's a comedy. Whatever. Apparently, there's a version of this film in the UK that has like 3 segments that aren't in the original, so I won't talk about those segments. I'll only talk about these segments in the 94-minute cut that I saw, which is more like an 80-minute cut, but whatever. The first segment that I saw was um yeah, in some countries of the United Kingdom and the Netherlands, the structure differs. Instead of a pitch, the films are connected by a group of 3 teenagers searching for the most banned film in the world. Yeah. So basically, the overarching thing is these teenagers trying to find movie 43, which is what we're watching. And yeah, basically the 2 idiot teenagers are trying to like make it big on YouTube, even though it's one of those movies where it says they say by name, I made a fake page of YouTube to make y'all think you were getting more views. And it says view this tube, so it's not really YouTube. I don't understand why they couldn't just use YouTube since they used it by name. This happens later in the film with something else I can't remember at the moment, but yeah, that confused me. So basically, they're trying to trick the little kid. They're like, "We're looking for this movie called Movie 43," and he's looking for it, and the other kid is like, "Oh, I'm gonna like," he like goes behind their backs and like tries to get a virus on his brother's computer. Yeah, the overarching story of this is whatever. It's just really dumb and badly done. The first of the actual sketches, The Catch, directed by Peter Farrelly, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet. So basically the entire thing about this part is this segment is that Hugh Jackman has a scarf around his neck, and once he gets down for his blind date with Kate Winslet, he sits down in his chair. He has balls on his neck. So hilarity ensues. That is the only joke of the entire thing. It's that he has balls on his neck. They fall in his soup. Hair from it falls into his soup, and then he eats it. And Kate Winslet goes, ugh, which yeah, that's funny, very funny. There's a baby. The guy's like, Hugh Jackman starts like bouncing the baby, and the baby's head touches yeah, his chin. Very pleasant. This is a very unpleasant movie. I'm okay with dirty comedies when there's actual comedy there, but this is not an actual comedy. It's kind of the reason I kept this whole red thing because this is how I feel about the movie. After that, also the fact that that's directed by fucking Peter Farrelly, a Farrelly brother, pisses me off. Homeschooled, directed by Will Graham. one of the founders of the Onion News Network, showrunner of Mozart in the Jungle on Prime Video. Fucking, oh my God. Creator, executive producer of A League of Their Own, executive producer Daisy Jones and the Six. Yeah. Basically, it's about these two parents who are homeschooling their kid, and they're trying to give him the true high school experience. So at one point, she like walks past him up the stairs and like slaps his books out of his hands, and she's like, "Get fucked, loser," or something like that. Um, they do stuff that like frats do. Oh yeah, by the way, Naomi Watts and Liv Schreiber are in this. Two actors I really like, and this movie made me want to hate them. The kid's played by Jeremy Allen White, who is in the Hulu show The Bear. He was also in Shameless. He's an actor that you'd recognize if you saw him. Um, there's one part where Kevin's first kiss, uh, Kevin has his first kiss, and it's with his mom, and his mom kisses him on the lips. Gross, very funny. And the dad comes out to his son as gay and says that he has gay feelings for him. I know I'm just explaining what's happening in this movie. Maybe it's so that I can get people to not have to watch it. I at least watched it with people on a Discord server, so I wasn't alone in it. But yeah, next one was The Proposition. Anna Faris is it's Anna Faris and Chris Pratt and JB Smoove. Uh, the proposition is that Anna Faris wants Chris Pratt's character to poop on her. That's all I have to say about this one. Next one is Veronica. This is the only one I actually liked. I actually didn't mind this one. Um, it's the only one with anything worth a shit happening in it. So that's why I bumped this up from a 1 to a 2. Because I don't mind this one. Basically, it's just an ex-girlfriend that comes through these the guy Kieran Culkin plays him, uh, and Emma Stone. She basically walks into this grocery store while he's working the night shift, and they start having an argument. Then it turns sexual, and yeah, and his microphone's on, so it's something you've seen before. But I don't know, something about this was just actually funny, and there's a really good punchline at the end where she walks away and says, "See you at church." Like, I don't know. Something about this, I didn't mind it. This is the best one in the movie. I don't even know what the worst one is because it's so hard to tell. But this one is not bad. Griffin Dunn was uh I think yeah, he was one of the main characters in American Werewolf in London. Um he was in After Hours. He's an actor mostly. He hasn't directed a lot, but I do like this short. Um Another one, I Babe, uh, starring Richard Gere, Kate Bosworth, Jack McBrayer, and Asif Mandvi. Basically, they're in a boardroom, and there's a product called the I Babe, which is a naked woman that can play music, and they're having a discussion about teenagers putting their dicks inside the anatomically correct eye babes and getting them chopped off, and how to avoid that. And the punchline at the end of this one is just that well, the punchline throughout the entire thing is that, oh, they're ignoring the female worker who's like, yeah, boys have hormones and all that. And the punchline at the end is the new iBabe, which is a different color. Yay. Superhero speed dating. Justin Long is Robin, Jason Sudeikis is Batman, Uma Thurman is Lois Lane, Bobby Cannavale is Superman, Kristen Bell is Supergirl, Leslie Bibb is Wonder Woman. It's a ton of people in this. Katrina Bowden is in it from freaking 30 Rock and Bold and the Beautiful and Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Scary Movie 5, Corona 3D 3 Double D. She's been in a lot of stuff. Basically, it's just Robin is trying to uh, Robin is trying to speed date. Um, sorry about that. And Batman keeps fucking everything up, and that's the joke. The joke is that at the very end he saves Supergirl, and then it turns out Supergirl's a guy with a mask on, and that's how it ends. Machine Kids. Okay, I will admit this one was kind of funny. This one is kinda funny. Um, it's a fake public service announcement. It's like trying to be like an ad, like a like those in the arms of an angel kind of ads. And it's about children that are inside like copy machines or um, vending machines. Like whenever you like smack something that isn't working, there's children inside that start crying. And I will say it is kind of dark, but I didn't mind it. It was like a minute or a minute and a half long. It wasn't terrible. There is a thing there that can be funny. Most of this film feels like Funny or Die sketches that are just awful. I I know that might not some people might not know what that is, but Funny or Die or College Humor sketches, it just does it's like the worst sketch show ever. But the next one was Middle School Date. Yeah, ugh, I'm sorry. I just had to remember this one. Um Middle School Date is about these two kids that are um really dumb. This is directed by Elizabeth Banks, by the way, and I hate Elizabeth Banks. I think she is a fucking moron. This has a lot of people I like in it. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Chloe Grace Moretz, Jimmy Bennett, Patrick Warburton as Nathan and Mikey's father. And Matt Walsh, the comedian from Veep. Um, and basically what happens is she gets her first period, and Mikey keeps thinking, or Nathan keeps thinking that she's gonna die because she's losing so much blood. All of them think that she's gonna die, and she keeps calling them fucking idiots. And yeah. And then after that, there is a Tampax commercial where a girl gets eaten by a shark because she's on her period, and then it says Tampax, which whatever. Um, the Brett Ratner one is easily, possibly one of the worst. Um, Brett Ratner, I haven't seen a ton of his movies. I know he did the Rush Hour films, Family Man, Red Dragon. I remember liking Red Dragon, X-Men: The Last Stand, Tower Heist. Yeah. Um, basically Johnny Knoxville and Sean William Scott are friends. Johnny Knoxville gets a leprechaun to make it up to his friend, and the leprechaun is played by the leprechauns are played by Gerard Butler, not using his real voice because I saw Gerard Butler was in this and I love Gerard Butler. But the fact that he's not using his real voice pissed me off because I love his real voice and I love him. I love him as an actor. and as a person, he seems really cool. There's a picture of him kissing a cat, like a stray, gross-looking cat on the head, and I was like, shit, real guy got it. That got to be a real man. But yeah, they basically kill the leprechauns at the end of the segment. Yeah, Pete reveals he has also caught a fairy who performs fellatio for gold coins. Yay. Oh. Truth or Dare, directed by Peter Farrelly again. Halle Berry and Stephen Merchant are basically on a date at a Mexican restaurant. They play a game of Truth or Dare. Um, there's a lot of extremes that happen. Um, there's a part where Halle Berry makes guacamole with her tits. Moving on. Snooki is in it as well. This one pissed me off. This one pissed me off not even because it's not because it's just terrible, uh, but because of the director. Rusty Cundiff directed Victory's Glory, which is again because everything Rusty Cundiff has to do with race has to do with race. Um, like I remember Tales from the Hood at least being entertaining along with the racial talk and like racial issues and all that it brought up, and it actually brought up some complicated ones that were perfectly right and didn't lie about it, like The Hate U Give. Um, basically Terrence Howard is a coach and he's coaching this all black basketball team before the first game against an all white team. Uh, basically he tells them, "Oh, your dicks are bigger than theirs. Your dicks are longer than their arms. Wow, how funny!" And basically, the black team destroys the white team, and the white team starts rejoicing over the 1 point they earn, and that's the entire short. And the last short is Beazle, written and directed by James Gunn, and this pisses me off again because I don't mind James Gunn as a writer. He wrote Lollipop Chainsaw, and I really like Lollipop Chainsaw. Basically, it's about this is the last one that plays mid credits. Um, it's about it's Josh Duhamel and uh Elizabeth Banks. Um, he has a cat, a animated cat that is in love with him, and it's like, oh, you're a cat person. The cat doesn't like me. The cat tries to kill her multiple times, and the is basically cat's basically pleasuring himself looking at pictures of the owner. And yeah, it goes about the way you think it does. She tries to kill the cat later in it because the cat tries to kill her. The cat shoots her, and then she starts like beating up the cat, and then the kids at the birthday party next door see her doing it, and then they basically kill her, and then the cat gets to be with the owner for the rest of its days. Then the movie goes to credits for 7 fucking minutes. This is legitimately the worst comedy I've ever seen. There may be worse comedies out there, but this was painful. Even watching it with people, it was painful. I don't wish this upon anybody. And if you, for some reason, like this film, cool. I'm happy for you. Mm. But still, this this movie makes me very angry. But I'm not like a ragey person, so maybe you're not getting it. Um, so now I was gonna scream into my pillow. No. But yeah, That's about all I have to say about this. I know I just listed off what happened in the movie, but for this movie, it's kind of hard to talk about it. Um, I listed off what I thought about each of them, but there's other segments. There's one that's directed by Bob Odenkirk that has, excuse me, Julianne Moore and Tony Shalhoub. But there's one with Anton Yelchin, and there's the UK version of the opening thing, or the uh, oh yeah, with Dennis Quaid, Greg Kinnear, Common, Will Sasso, Seth MacFarlane, a lot of people. But yeah, I just don't care. Um, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Um, if you've seen the film, let me know what you think in the comments, and movie review next door.